Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm making pie crust. I've been asked to bring some apple pie to our Easter dinner. I'm going to make all of the pie crust in my food processor. I find this the easiest way with the least amount of effort, which for me is a really big deal. The pie crust is the Lodge recipe because usually I would cook this in my cast iron pie pan, but because I'm actually going to take this to New Brunswick to my family, I am going to prepare it, bake it here in Nova Scotia, and then freeze it so it will be transported frozen because it's going to take us about half a day to get there, and that way it will be food safe and easy to reheat once we arrive in New Brunswick. So we'll be staying there for a few days. Our hotel has a fridge. We can keep them cool but thawed in the fridge in the hotel room. And then we'll just be able to reheat them where we're having our family dinner. Our first ingredient is butter. We're going to shred the butter with the shredding attachment like what I would use to grate cheese in the food processor. And the butter's been chilling in the freezer for about half an hour or so because when you make pie crust, it's really important to work with cold ingredients so you're getting the right texture. Okay, so our butter from the freezer, we need just 1 cup. So we're going to slice this block in half. We'll probably do multiple batches of pie crust today, just because once it's out and going, it's easier to do it and then store it for later. And let's face it, I probably have more apples than I need for 2 pies. Okay, so camera battery died, but we're back for the second batch of pie crust. We'll get the rest of the butter out of the freezer. So 1 cup of butter, just half that block. And we're just going to cut it so it fits in the food processor. Okay, so our shredding blade, just like what you would use for cheese. And then just our normal metal blade for the food processor, chopping blade, I guess. So there's some butter that didn't get quite processed. We're just gonna put that in. It'll get mixed in with the dry ingredients. Okay, we're adding our 2 cups of flour. Teaspoon of salt. A teaspoon of sugar. And we're gonna blend that up just to get the butter incorporated with those dry ingredients. So the butter's all nice and incorporated now. We're going to start slowly adding up to 1/2 cup of water. The last batch I definitely added a bit too much water, so I'm going to try to be a bit more careful, I guess. I have some ice water here in my measuring cup. So I have a full cup at the moment. Just gonna make sure that I add less than half of that. Start with just a little less than 1/4 of a cup. Best thing about the food processor is it's going to do all the stirring and kneading for me. And we're just gonna turn it on until the dough starts to form a ball. And it should be formed in one nice ball when we take it out of the food processor. Okay, so that is mostly in a ball. Now I'm just gonna wrap it in saran wrap and put it in the fridge. Okay, so this is what our pie crust looks like. It's mostly combined. It's not smooth like a bread dough or a pizza dough when you're done kneading. It's much more kind of clumpy looking, but it's come together, it's sticking together, and we're gonna put it in the fridge.